One person in particular that has been doing a great, phenomenal job, if you will, at really blanketing the coverage and the discussion about happens to be Michael Felder of InTheBleachers.net. If you've been living on a rock, you know, the article that was published late Tuesday night by Yahoo Sports about a guy named Nevin Shapiro. He is the booster, paid 12 grand to become a booster back in 2001, and really since that point in time, you know, giving all sorts of gifts, all sorts of benefits, all sorts of ridiculous things to players. Now, you know, Mike, it's funny you said it because a lot of people, you mentioned the death penalty. The only time it's happened in college football was in the 80s with SMU. Now, I think people are trying too hard to compare the two because you would mention it. It really is a guy basically giving him money to go party, to go out and do all these things, which obviously, yes, against the rules, should not have done. But SMU was a totally different story, a different case. SMU literally, they were caught not once, not twice, but 3 different times. They were also caught and they found out it was the governor of Texas that was doing this and continuing to do this and bring in basically 3 guys. And then after they were caught, still saying, hey, you know what? We've got guys on a payroll. Let's not stop. So they were caught again. So I think it's wrong. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. I think it's wrong to compare the two because I really think it is 2 totally different cases.
Yeah, they're completely different. On one hand, you've got one guy who is giving guys access to things and paying for them to do things that they enjoy in the city. On the other hand, you've got a payroll where you have people that have to
that is professional sports. I mean, what went on there was professional sports. I mean, that's as professional as it gets. I mean, it's a payroll, like you said. That was the word they used to describe it, a payroll for their players, which is asinine, unheard of in college sports.
Yeah, unbelievable. So they're not the same. And even if you look at them and you just call the payroll extra benefits, what you're still looking at is the multiple offenses, or multiple times being caught by the NCAA, 1, 2, 3 times. The 3rd time ended up being the charm for them. That's the biggest difference here is Miami does not have that status. And even though it lasted for, around the same period of time in terms of 8, 9 years, they don't have that same negative vibe with the NCAA that we're thumbing our nose up to. We're thumbing our nose up to you because we see you already called us on it. Doesn't matter. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. They don't have that element of it. I think that's the biggest difference. But again, it's for me. I've realized this already, Ty. Is people want to go at the death penalty so hard. I saw it with North Carolina a year ago, and going into this summer with North Carolina getting the notice of allegations. Yep. We've seen it with Ohio State now with Jim Tressel knowing what was going on and not stopping it. People just want the death penalty as long as it's not for their school. And I think that's kind of I don't know what the right word is, but the word I'll use is kind of the sick, kind of cannibalistic nature of college football fans. And fans in general, they want to see somebody go down and burn for it as long as it's not their guy or their team.